Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Part of the Union.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
You're the gardener. I knew you were not a gardener. I just wanted to know more about the place before I check it out. That's normal. Well, I didn't know she wasn't a gardener, so this would be a lie. I wanted to know more about the place before I check it out. That's normal. More about matinees. You're the gardener. Alright, let's say you're the gardener, and then she can confirm or deny that.
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
She crosses her arms.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on her right. Who's the man on the right?
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
But giving alcohol?
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Well, that's very diplomatic of Kitsuragi. We'll make an arrest if we have to.
Could this be the Miss Buford that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everett sent to law school?
Okay. What's your role in all this? Are you Lizzie, Elizabeth, Miss Beaufort? What if I want to talk to you, not Titus? What are you going to do to me? Why are you so aggressive? I should talk to Titus then. What if I want to talk to you, not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
I mean, to be fair, my authority is 0, so the only way it could be worse if we go into the negatives. Alright, what's your role in all this?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Yes, actually. Are you Miss Beaufort?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
He points to the tall man by the table. Okay, I guess that's what it means by on her right.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands. In her face.
Easy Leo told me about you. He likes to talk a lot.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men.
And I'll do that. What are you going to do to me? The lieutenant is not satisfied with the approach.
What are we going to do to you?
She starts laughing. It's a cold laughter devoid of joy.
The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
God.
There we go. First mention of Titus.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
Just dock workers? Do dock workers spy on the police? We'll let you off easy, miss. Don't think it will happen again.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
Takes a sip of his beer.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
The world needs a financial buffer zone, no need to get emotional. The privatization is not unlawful, it's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not historic individuals. I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong, unlike you socialists. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? Yeah, let's do that. Let's ask her this question. I mean, yeah. Why not go to the conclusion here? Take it a step further. What are the union plans?
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
I suppose. Can we go through this again?
Aggressive.
Just
Listen.
fuck you.
So ask what you
Aha,
came to
alright.
ask. Okay, it's
So,
back to your commanders.
the world needs a financial buffer zone.
No one is emotional here. Do your job. Ask your questions, then leave.
Alright, well, I should go and talk to Titus then. No, not indulging you, electrochemistry. There's a bowl, they're spitting it, reeking of tobacco. Before we talk to Titus... Photos of men in overalls toting guns and Union placards? No? You see hawthorn bushes outside. Is that all we can do? Looks like it. Alright. Titus!
This is where you say your bit.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
Detective.
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. Don't say anything yet. First, we need to talk about your attitude. We need to talk about the man hanged out back. Well, let's just come out with it then. We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Shanky.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
He slaps his forehead.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, including Titus. Scan the room.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man in his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet.
Potential weak link.
Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian in his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading.
The only other time I have ever heard Villa Lobos be mentioned is the streamer Lobos Jr., because that's his actual surname, and he just shortened it to be his tag on Twitch. Alright, fair enough.
And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40.
We didn't go through all of them, though. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people behind Titus, and we only looked at 3.
The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. Non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
So what we're doing is we're scanning from right to left. So Titus was after Elaine. Okay. Where are the little guy? Well, there's 2 people left, so let's go with where.
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important.
Sure?
Let's call this one the musician.
Okay. And the little guy.
Size 41. With the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing.
And he's called Shanky.
In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46. Deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily
it must be really demoralizing to have your name not just be your name, but to be Bat your name. Poor old Angus.
In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of them is missing, the odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where is the 8th Hardy boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
He sizes you up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Shakes his head.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? Oh, okay.
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl. Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn!
I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And
He points at the lieutenant.
you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
So, in the context of the game, is being shot in the back of the head just an instant death, even though I've got 4 points of endurance?
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
The man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
I mean, it's literally why we're here and talking to you. If you didn't have a dead body in the backyard, then we wouldn't be here.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Why is the container belt around the dead man's neck? Why are your boot prints all over the scene? Let's go with boot prints, because we've managed to sort of tie the two together.
You mean these boots?
Yes.
We all got a pair. We wore them the night we took the pretty boy out back and hung him by the neck.
Oh, so he's admitted it.
Yeah, we did this together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why our prints are all over the scene.
Alright, so they did it.
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
Aha, so you just confessed to murder? That's it, the game's over, we got the perpetrator. Squint your eyes, but there's a catch.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
Yeah, I have a feeling they wouldn't have been so forthcoming if Elizabeth wasn't there.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Ah, okay, okay. So we did get a thing of a thought. So, advanced race theory. So, breakthrough. Oh, it's not done yet. It's imminent. Not yet. I think I have to get out of the conversation first, and then it will do the breakthrough. So, you murdered him just like that. No remorse.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
I don't know what's more humane in a place that has the death penalty, whether it's a firing squad or an electric chair.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
And Reunion, what's that?
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
Okay. These were all bad people, criminals, the scum of the earth. I'm just doing my job, that's all. What we do is different. We enforce the law. You just kill people like it's nothing. Honestly, I drink so much I can't really remember anyone I've sent behind. So the people that get sent to the military prison, I guess there's not too much to discount me doing this, saying it's just the scum of the earth. But they might take that the wrong way. I'm gonna say it anyway.
Rest assured, lawman. None worse than our guy. He got what was coming to him.
Vigilante justice. Who called the shots that night? I mean, it's pretty obvious that Titus is generally seen as the leader, unless they're doing it on the advisement of Elizabeth. But who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head. Well, the thing is that our endurance is fairly high, pain threshold's quite low, but our reaction speed, hand-eye coordination, composure, those are all pretty high as well. It's just about, would we be able to fend off 7 men with a woman, just the 2 of us? Kitsuragi should have his gun. So if we had a gun, that would make this easier, but 1 gun should be enough as long as you put some distance between yourselves.
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
I don't have to. One of them is more complicit than the others. I address Titus. No, but seriously, who calls the shot around here? Yeah, let's ignore Elizabeth. Who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
So you can point at Titus. You do. You give the commands. Point at Elizabeth. I thought she did. Point at Fat Angus. The biggest animal dominates the herd. I'm guessing it's the big one. Bow to the bearded man. Gangs are usually run by the oldest, most venerable member. It's the 8th Hardy Boy, the one who's missing, the big dick. Okay. So Titus might just be the figurehead and not the actual leader. Elizabeth is the one that has the actual that kind of street smarts and the brains behind it. But it could also be... Hang on, no, the 8th Hardy Boy is the big dick. So it depends on whether she is the 8th one, or if the 8th one is not in the room right now. I'm tending towards Elizabeth or the 8th Hardy Boy. Let's go with the 8th Hardy Boy, and then we can point to Elizabeth after that if possible.
Titus, no one was thinking.
Ooh.
That there's any question who's the leader. That's how he would have ended it. Titus won't let him.
Okay. So, would Titus see that as being emasculating?
No. 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 Fuck no! The big dick is right here, asshole. You're looking at it. Right. Fucking here.
Yeah, he wants the responsibility.
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations. That night, they acted as one. That's all.
So Titus is the leader, but Elizabeth is trying to sort of persuade him not to take full responsibility. When did this hanging incident occur?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
The fixer turns to remind Titus.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
See, the thing is that generally what people say, at least in the US, is don't talk to the police without having your legal representation there. But Elizabeth is the legal representation, and she's saying you don't have to answer the questions. So what you should be doing is not answering the questions. But I think Titus likes to have a drink. Well, I guess he does like to have a drink as well, but he likes to have a chat. How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
So you killed a random stranger?
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
3 weeks ago. Okay.
By the Pines cow, you mean the representative for White Pines? The shipping company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
I mean, we probably should do that, so yeah.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary, that's it?
And he stepped out of line.
He repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice. So what did he do that was out of line?
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoi and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on, how do you even know he was in Special Forces?
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Okay, why would he do that?
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
Gin and tonic is not that strong of a drink, is it?
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Sire, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Okay, right, but what did he actually do wrong? Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
He wiped spittle from his mouth.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation?
Well, there is a thing to be said about how they don't consider the rape to be that serious. They think the violence, or the threat of violence, is a more serious matter.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information.
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
He shakes his head in disbelief. Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted, raped, you said?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
But it did happen to someone else.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
He repeats like a parrot.
There's something odd here.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
Right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation.
No. You're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
Okay. How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
But I thought that by the prints in the mud, he would have walked to the tree willingly. Or at least he wasn't carried.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
We need more. Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Well, there weren't any drag tracks.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
I'm gonna say, yeah. So, wasn't he a trained killer from R&E Special Forces? If yes, then how did you manage to overpower him? Where did the overpowering happen? And then the composure check, things aren't quite right here, are they? And I have other questions about the lynching. So with this red check, I'm hoping I'll get something from these two that will boost that, because I don't think I can leave this conversation and then talk to him again to try it. But, okay, so he's an R&E Special Forces dude against 7 or 8 people. Technically, 7 or 8 people would definitely be enough to overpower someone. But how did they do it?
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Where did the overpowering happen?
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
So if it happened at the bar, then Sylvie or Gart, possibly, maybe even the cook, might know what happened and how. Ah, there we go. Shanky might be lying. Composure went up by +1. So, things aren't quite right here, are they?
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But
So, first, tell me who's solid.
Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police.
So it seems like Eugene and Shanky would be the weak links, because Angus and Theo haven't said anything yet.
This little rat-faced fellow is solid, too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there.
Oh, it's Glenn. Of course it's Glenn.
Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
Who's cracking under pressure? Fat Angus, this one. He's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. They've smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. Alright, so it is Fat Angus.
A single sentence would wear him out. He can't take the length of the questioning. Keep it going long enough, and he'll crack.
Okay. Will I be able to go, hey you, after doing this? Yeah, I'm gonna go with there's something you're not telling me.
Fuck off, copper.
He just shakes his head.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Hey you! Turn to the big guy. You having trouble breathing over there?
No.
That's a very convincing no, my friend. He looks up, startled, his forehead shiny from sweat. A few coiled locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen hat.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
The man next to the big guy bursts out laughing.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
That doesn't necessarily translate to mental fortitude. We literally have 2 separate stats for that.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
Alright. I've got other questions about the lynching.
Like what, copper?
Well, yeah, I suppose I do actually have nothing else, question-wise. So, why don't I just arrest you and step closer to Titus?
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
His mean little eyes come alive with hatred.
By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer.
Alright, so he's aware of it, but he's not going for it.
While the little rat-faced man reaches into his sleeve, there's a knife in there. Some of the others reach for their belts. Their eyes are light.
We don't really want to be getting into a fight right now. You've confessed to murder, I'm taking you in. Easy now, let's just talk. If we can, let's go back to just talking, because as they said, Fat Angus is the weak link, so we need to be able to talk to him directly. Let's just talk.
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another one and get the fuck out of our booth. We're not gonna do this again.
Alright. Well, That could have gone very badly, so I'm fine with this outcome. What are we going to do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
We have a new task to prove your authority to Titus Hardy.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
The lieutenant closes his notebook.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
So, scan the room. I want to talk about the hanging again. Authority godly at 16. We've discussed the 8th Hardy, but weak when you first met, so the chances of getting past it is very low. And my authority is not going to get much higher, but it is a white check rather than a red one. So, why not?
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
Okay, first you tell me someone's been raped and you don't say who. That's bullshit. Stomp your feet. Alright, that's a bit childish. I'm the only thing keeping this town from going to hell and you're not helping. Point your finger. Turn to the lieutenant. Kim, I need your gun. That's it. That's all I got. Right. Saying I need your gun proves I don't have the authority because I don't have a weapon of my own. This is kind of a petulant, childish response. This is probably the best so far. And this is self-questioning. So let's go with this. Pointing the finger.
And what exactly is it you've been doing that's so goddamn special? Shitting yourself in front of us. Going around, harassing kids on the street. Kids who've done nothing wrong.
But he knows about Kuno and Kuno S.
All the while talking racist shit. Don't think we aren't watching, fascia. People here trust us. We're getting complaints.
Have I said anything racist shit-wise? Because the thought of advanced race theory hasn't internalized. And when we talked to the racist lorry driver, I made sure to call him out on it.
Fascia. That's short for fascist.
I haven't said anything racist. I don't even have a gun. I haven't harassed any kids. I'm not shitting myself. Okay. If you deny saying... So, the important thing in this one is what you don't say. So, if you say, I haven't said anything racist, that implies that you have a gun, but it also implies that you have harassed children and you shit yourself. And the same thing for all the other options. So, what would be worse to Titus, saying racist stuff or harassing the children? It's annoying that you can't address both in one. I have a feeling that Titus would probably be more upset about the kids. But then it depends on what the relationship between them and Kuno S is. I haven't harassed any kids.
So you keep saying, and I do want to believe you, but it's getting harder and harder. Didn't Carly say something?
Who's Carly?
Yeah, Carly said you've been hanging around the daycare center. In the bushes, man. By the jungle gym. Trying to set up some weird field trip. To your station. That's in your home.
Oh, right. I see what they're trying to get at. Okay. So, Carly is someone we haven't met. And this is just a lie.
I can believe that. That rings true to me. Carly works in the kindergarten, right?
Unless it was in the 3 days when I lost my memory.
There is no Carly, and there is no kindergarten. It's a joke, and we are getting derailed.
Yeah, he was concerned you might not get it. Yeah.
Please stop hanging around the jungle gym. Whatever you're doing there is making you look awful. And it's not helping you with these guys at all.
Alright, so... Do I have anything that would... Oh, I can't check my inventory, never mind. I was going to see if I could increase authority at all, but probably not. Okay. If we talk about the Hanging Man again...
Just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Good one, Titus.
Warning. Yeah, so no new things to bring. No more questions.
About fucking time.
Alright. I'm going to take off now.